Were you planning to spend the whole day gawking at me? Yes, I am Captain Bronson. What do you want? New team member? Oh, you've got to be joking. Alright, kid. Come here. Stand to attention. You don't look like much. Are you sure you're in the right place? They did tell you what my team does, yes? I see your eyes darting to my book. If you have a question, then speak. Not that it's any business of yours, but I was signing off on some purchase orders from my crew. In addition to using the electronic system, I require that all crew submit these purchase order requests to me by paper. In fact, I request that any form that they wish to submit be handed to me in paper in kind. I find it keeps them honest. It's far easier to lie or admit details when you have predictive text on your side. But make someone write down on a pen and paper the exact reasons why they need this bit of kit ordered, or the exact reason why they cannot go on the next field mission. Well, it really puts it into perspective for them. Makes them think. Sometimes, kid, the old ways are best. Well, come on, kid. Let me give you the tour. As I'm sure you learned in your recruit training course, most military bases serve multiple purposes. They can be used as staging points for assaults. They can be used as storage bases or repair shops. They can be logistics centres or med centres. And they can do all of that at the same time. This base, however, does none of that. It has one singular purpose: to discover areas of intrigue on this planet and destroy anything keeping us from getting there. We are a reconnaissance and data gathering base, with execute authority to attack at our discretion. The regiment is organised into 4 squadrons. One specialising in oversight and data gathering, using satellite arrays to find areas of intrigue. 2 specialise in assault, demolitions and shock and awe style assaults. And the last, and possibly most dangerous, the Pathfinder Regiment. Working alongside the Overwatch satellite array, getting data from Squadron 1, it will explore the unknown and destroy anything that comes their way. That squadron is under my command, and it is the squadron that the powers that be decided you would be the best fit for some reason. Come with me. I'll show you our equipment. Hi everyone, it's Pebble, and thank you for listening to that excerpt of the Patreon audio. You can listen to the rest of the audio on Patreon, obviously. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and give a few updates about the channel, which, to some people, it's still quite relaxing, as I do have quite a boring, monotone voice. So if you want to listen but not really pay attention to what I'm saying, then I don't blame you at all. But yes, the first update is that at this moment I am currently out of office. So that means that if you have any queries about merch or Patreon or Throne or the Discord, I will not be able to answer them, as I will be away from all technology for a few weeks. I'm away from the 16th of March until roughly the end of April. I can't really say too much about where I'm going or what I'm doing, but those of you who are in the Discord perhaps know, and perhaps some of you on Patreon as well may have an idea, but I'm not really at liberty to say too much about where I'm going. But I will be back, and there is content still coming out on time. It's all been scheduled. I'm sure you've probably realised now that since I said I've been away from the 16th, that there have been audios coming out whilst I have been away. So try not to miss me too much. But I might be a bit hard to reach, but that does not mean that I'm not listening to you. And if you have any queries, I promise I will address them as soon as I am back at the end of April. And that brings us very nicely on to some of the new introductions or new developments with our community. So on Patreon, I've added a new tier called the Holy Peb, which is a new tier above the Diamond tier, in which you get the benefit of working with me. So you can access a shared document with me and suggest ideas for YouTube audios, Patreon audios, and also you can request a full-length audio once a month to be sent to you, and that can be on anything you like. We already have a few people, and there are limited spaces as you are getting your own audio, and you can choose for that to be just available to you or to be shared with the rest of that tier. The Diamond tier is also getting an extra benefit of being able to work with Pebble, but they aren't getting the custom audio. That's purely for the Holy Peb. Another thing is that I have recently been convinced to start a throne. I wasn't really sure what it was when it first was explained to me, but after reading up on it, I gave it a go. And tragedy struck a few days after starting it, where I lost a lot of my hiking and camping gear in a bit of an accident. And I want to thank everyone. I want to thank all of the community members and members of the ASMR community that reached out and helped me reclaim most of my kit. It would have taken me months to get it all back, but thanks to your support, it's all back, safe and sound. And honestly, after that happened, after I got everything back, I was ready to close the page down and say, thank you so much. You've done more than I can ever repay, but I can't accept anything else because I feel horribly guilty, and I still do, to be honest. It's not something I'm used to, having people be charitable towards you. But upon the persuasion of a few people in the ASMR community and in our community, I have decided to keep it open, so the throne is still up and running, and I've put just one or two small things up there to fill it up, and that actually kind of leads me on to the next thing, which is that I did put one big thing up on throne. It's essentially to do with a bit of an issue. I'm facing a hardware issue. I'm having a bit of an issue with my computer at the moment. It's served me faithfully for 10 years. It's old, and it's starting to fail me a little bit. And I just wanted to let everyone know that if there's a blackout, if I don't post for 2 or 3 weeks or a month, I've not abandoned you. You would get a message saying, look, I'm leaving the community if that was the case. But if I just suddenly vanish and stop uploading, it's because my computer has indeed finally kicked the bucket. I am at the moment trying to figure out what spec of PC I need. I've got a rough idea of what I'll be needing, because I'm looking for something that ideally would allow me to make content for all of you for another 4 years, because I've been doing this for almost 3.5 now. I did put it up on Throne, at sort of a wee fundraiser for it, but again, I'm just putting it up there at the request and suggestion of others. I do not expect anything, but I just want to make it completely transparent to all of you that I'm doing my damnedest to fix this hardware issue, but if my computer suddenly breaks, it may take a while to replace. Yeah, it's been a bit of a rough year for hardware, for Pebble. I mean, the microphone's failing, the computer's failing. We aren't really doing the best, but we're working with what we've got and we're rolling with the punches. And finally, the last point I want to make is merch. So as you know, there is a new merch shop that we've opened, and it's doing quite well. I'm very thankful that Fourth Wall have allowed me to come on and create a merch shop where I can put the prices as low as physically possible. There are some new designs that will be coming out soon, and I will be working with fantastic creators such as Leah and Mallory T. So we're going to see what kind of designs that we can come up with. But in the meantime, just keep an eye out, because I'm really looking forward to sharing some of these with you, because I do love them. I've actually had a few samples sent to me, and I am living in my new hoodie. But yes, aside from that, I think that's pretty much it. So I want to thank everyone again for tuning in. And if you've got this far, then I hope my voice was soothing, especially if you didn't find anything I had to say particularly interesting. And I suppose I will see you in the next video. I will do my best to return as quickly as possible, but in the meantime, try not to miss me too much. Alright, well, I'll talk to you later.